We're here today to see if you can beat Bloodrayne on the 22nd anniversary of its release. Now, some say the game came out in on the 15th of October, 2002. Some say it came out on October 31st, 2022. I'm just going to go with the date that is listed on the website for the newer versions of the game, which is what I'm playing, the terminal cut, which listed as the 15th of October. So, when this video goes live, 22 years and one day.
Inside. Locked, and the windows are blocked.
I remember getting this game when I was a kid, back in, I want to say, the summer of 2003. Probably not the best game for a kid to play. Doesn't really matter. You can differentiate a video game from real life.
But there seems to be a weak spot in the wall.
One of the few games like this that I came across, and you may notice I'm talking over a bunch of information right here. This is just a tutorial. It's nothing important. I'll try not to talk over the cutscenes,
Tear it apart, Ray.
because I want you to know some of the story that's going on here. It's not the most groundbreaking video game story ever made, but for the time, it's a fairly standard and okay story, you know.
Watch this.
Combat system, on the other hand, it hasn't held up the best out there. Well, it does get better as the game goes on. It's quite clunky. Rain is hard to turn. The second one is better, but I may or may not get to that one at some point. Gotta love the old school acrobatics there. You know, you got your bog standards for the time. You got your rage mode. You got your slow time. You got your... Well, I think this is one of the earliest forms like eagle vision that you have. Right here. Shows you your current objective, and it shows you your enemies along with their health and
Easy prey, if you want it.
a bunch of other information there. It even has the weird bluish look to it. Did it inspire eagle vision for Assassin's Creed?
He's not panicking or hurt.
I mean, probably not.
Yet.
But
This one's yours.
it's neat to think about.
Now I'll grab a bite to eat.
And after all, this was the first Assassin's Creed game came out in 2006, 2008, something like that. As I said, the combat, that's the extent of the combat for right now. As you level up, so to speak, more, as you hit certain checkpoints in the game, you get better moves. Say better moves. More moves added on to the moves you already have. Which makes combat a little more flashy as the game goes on. Makes it so it doesn't get as stale as quickly. I'll just shut up now. Let the cutscene play.
Damn bloodsuckers.
Careful with your relatives.
They should have more sense. Thanks for dragging me out here. I just love the water.
You're only half vampire. A dip might hurt, but it won't kill you.
Sort of sticking a finger in my eye doesn't mean I have to do it.
No time for pleasantries. Just like your half-sister.
I'm just confident in my abilities.
So am I. But this is your first assignment for the Brimstone Society, so everything must go according to plan. What do we know so far?
Fine. Newspapers claim the people of Morton, Louisiana are turning into some type of monster. They're calling them mutates. Doctors think a new disease is the cause, so they quarantine the area.
You make me proud.
There are numerous known biological masses in town. They appear to be the carriers of the condition.
And that's where you come in. Destroy the sources of the infection, and as many of the infected townspeople as possible. The disease cannot spread beyond this village.
Sort of a radical cure, don't you think?
You'll be doing them a favor. In the final stages, their brains liquefy and run out their nose and ears.
Hell of a cold.
One of the biological masses was found at the end of this road, in a graveyard behind the church. We'll meet up there. What's that mound by the telephone pole?
What is it?
It was human. Might be remains from the final stages of the disease, but there's something not quite right about it. Let's check inside. Seems like somebody made their last stand here. Grab some guns if you want.
Now, most of the first level here is tutorial, and you'll also see me input a cheat code, the only one I remember from back in the day there. Show me my weapons. I don't know why this wasn't like an option you could turn off and on and why it had to be a cheat, but without this cheat active, the guns just kind of disappear when you pick them up.
Good thing we're not hypersensitive to holy items like some vampires.
You should be all set. I'm going to leaf through these documents. Maybe I can find something about past outbreaks of the disease.
And there we go. This shows the guns that she picks up on her character model. I can understand why they didn't. After all, this is when games were marketed to who was most likely to play them, right? Face facts, young men, early 2000s, primary players of video games. You have a very attractive woman, you don't want to clutter up her character model that they worked extremely hard on with firearms. But, you know, with a bunch of other details that they put into this game, it just adds to it to have her, you know, hanging the guns off her hips or slinging them on her back.
The whole town, 30 feet high.
I can see that. So?
From what I understood, even the earliest French settlers feared something in these swamps.
Feared what?
What's this? After our dark year in 1873, the first stone of this great wall of fortitude was laid. With this plaque mounted in the year 1888 of our Lord, construction is complete. May this wall of fortitude, with the grace of God, shield us from evil and keep us safe, now and forever.
Seems like they built that wall for nothing.
I'm going to see what else I can find in those books. You should take out those biomasses. The first one's in the graveyard. I'll meet up with you later.
So just to recap the story right now, some weird magic shit's going on, and it's turning the Creole here, this Louisiana town, into mutants? I don't know, some hell-afflicted bio whatever the fuck zombie things you want to call these here. And here's the wonderful combat. Like I said, as the game progresses, Rain gets more moves. Both basic moves, which is what they call combat, and then when she's in Blood Rage, she gets more moves. This entire, I want to say level, is pretty much a tutorial before the game dives into what it's actually about. Mostly teaching you the basics of it, you know. Here are guns, here's how to use them, here's basic platforming, stay out of the water.
What the?
Use your senses. Find what you're doing, go destroy thing, you know. Now you have these enemies. Kind of annoying, fairly easy to deal with. Gotta love the time and effort they put into these things in this game.
The biomass.
They didn't need
It's a
to keep
nest.
the models around for after you kill them. They could have just had them like melt into the ground or something, like a bunch of games do nowadays, to cull the assets that are no longer needed to save on resources and the like.
Well done. Strange creatures, aren't they?
Strange isn't the first word that comes to mind. What are they?
I'm not sure, but it seems they carry a disease that causes mutations in humans.
The mutates.
Right. And remember those sludge mounds we've been finding everywhere?
What about them?
Humans, or what's left of them. The spider creatures regurgitate what they eat.
Strange doesn't even begin to cover it.
Hello? Hello? Somebody there?
Open up.
What, the morass was gone?
Is what gone?
The Marais wreck. Swamp monster. That's what the Creole call the creatures.
What, it gone?
Yes, now open the door.
Mon Dieu, le diable!
Nice welcome for the rescue team. Who are you?
I'm Jean Sigmund. I'm the grave digger.
What happened here?
I don't know. I hid in here when those things came. They can't get in without them holes.
Jean, you stay put. This place is obviously safe. We'll bring other survivors here.
We not leaving?
Not yet. You'll be safe here for a while longer.
Okay. Send them here to Famille Termain Mausoleum and we wait.
If you find anyone that is healthy and alive, send them here. But don't forget about the nests.
Seems like they built that wall for nothing.
Maybe. Or maybe this time around, things got worse. These creatures are very insect-like. Seems every 30 years they swarm. I almost forgot. I have something for you. It's essentially a harpoon. It helps with feeding and has a decent range.
Thanks.
I'll protect the mausoleum. You go find those nests. I sketched out a map of approximate locations. The reports weren't exact, so you'll have to search the area thoroughly. Once you're back, we'll head over that wall. There must be some type of source where all these creatures come from.
And there's our first objective, really. Go destroy the biomasses while also looking for survivors in town. Simple premise for the first level. The others don't really get too much more complex than this.
What about her?
It's just there's other things added on as you go through each level. Right. That kind of opens it up some.
Oh, please don't kill me!
Find the survivors here. Easy enough.
Mausoleum.
Don't need to
You'll
worry
be
about it.
safe there.
Tell them to go back to the tomb. And one of the nice little details I was talking about, that door was stopped by that chair. And kicking it over lets us leave through the door. Find the biomass, use Blood Rage. The whirly blade things are pretty fun. Again, this is all pretty much still tutorial at this point. While setting the stage with characters and whatnot. And we've hit the first milestone, or checkpoint, whatever you want to call it. That gives us our next attack that's added in as we just do basic attacks. Another nice little thing that hardly anyone ever sees is when you're feeding off of somebody, their health deteriorates in the sense of they'll go from brightly colored to dull colored, which is pretty cool. The guns in this early level are slow shooting. They're not really too much of a use. There's some like automatic rifles and whatnot that are like super weapons. Like the rifle she has on her back. Nothing too
you ugly son bitch! Oh.
Easy with
fast
that
shooting
thing.
at the
And
moment.
who'd you
That does
call
change
ugly?
later in the game.
Damn.
Go and
It had
destroy
to
this
be
next
a flooded
biomass.
base.
I don't really know what these spider things are supposed to be. They're not really explained in game beyond a voodoo priestess guy did some ritual somewhere to call these things out. They're not like corpses or anything reanimated as spiders. They're just something that's either always been here or just got called up or something. I don't know. Don't really explain it too well. And I guess those things are what's doing this to people. Because the last stages of the infection is you just, I don't know, self-mummifying in a way, I guess. Destroy this next biomass and get our level 4 normal attack. Again, combat gets a little flashier as it goes on. I guess it keeps it from getting stale.
Time to
Goddamn
head
that
back to the
jiggle.
graveyard and meet up with Mince.
Yeah, they knew their audience at the time. That's for sure.
Man!
Red Lord!
No one left. Damn it. Time to put an end to this. I'll find those bastards and rip their legs off one by one. It's enormous. What the fuck? A voodoo ritual. To awaken the mother of the underworld. Either she's a smoker, or someone was just here. Hello? Big mama.
Here's the first real boss fight of the game. I kind of lucked out there with the first couple of shots, staggering her. The entire gimmick of this fight is if you get too close to her, she uses the weird arm things and that to fuck you up. The secret to this is you have to take out her front legs to stagger her, so that you can then get in and lay on the damage. Again, first boss, and not really a hard game, right? Clunky. Clunky to high hell, but still quite fun to play.
Back to sleep for you. Ah, did you eat something that isn't agreeing with your tummy? Glowing ribs?
I believe you have what I'm looking for. You might say I'm a collector of these things.
Oh, God.
Nothing personal, although I will enjoy this greatly.
Did you get the file?
In my hands.
Our sources tell us that all of these targets are in one place right now. A huge sub-bay and mining facility on the coast of Argentina. We heard rumors the Nazis are closing in on a lost relic with immense powers. We need more information. We're sending you to South America. Find out what you can about this relic and report back to us. You are to eliminate all of these targets to prevent further supernatural ambitions. But be careful. Members of the GGG have been experimentally enhanced and are particularly dangerous. Good luck. And Rain, watch yourself.
And there we go. We're in the game proper at this point. Pretty much run around, kill Nazi officers in a weird Nazi base in, I do believe this is like Argentina or some shit. While looking for whatever the fuck brought them here. Easy enough. You know, Nazis always a good go-to for enemies in a game. Like I said, combat, as you can see, it is getting a little better with the more variety added into it. She's still sluggish to turn. Quite frankly, I'd love to see a complete remake of this game with like Devil May Cry style combat. I think that'd be fun. This is also where guns become more useful and usable, because they are mostly just automatics,
Did I ever tell
except
you
for a few
about my
pistols you
uncle's
get here and there.
farm?
And here's our first mini-boss. These are like special forces. These are guys we were sent here to kill, right? They wear this weird like version of a swastika that's 3 points instead of 4. Their entire shtick is they can block forward attacks, so you have to use like time dilation or blood rage or just fucking shoot them. Time dilation, this is what you get. You're slow, they're slow, everything's slow. Not really the best ability. Just mow the dude down with a fucking machine gun. Call it a day. And that's the first one marked off our list, which there's quite a few as you see. Heading down to the next one. I'm not going to show every single one of these in gratuitous detail. But here for the beginning, we'll mark off a couple of them as we move through. Like I said, combat does get better, and again, more little details that they didn't need to add into the game, such as the man losing his arm and running around screaming, and being able to tear up flags and cloth and whatnot. Break certain things, break a lot of things in the game. And again, you didn't... For a game from 2002, it didn't need to do any of this stuff, right? But it did, and I'm quite frankly sad the games kind of don't go that extra mile in a lot of times nowadays. Maybe wondering what the hell that attack was. I think it's a sneak attack. I don't know. You can't regularly get it off. Seems like they have to be unaware, and then you like fucking blender them, which is hardcore. Now for the first boss fight proper.
What's the shovel for, Von Brute?
How? Oh, just taking care of a collection from this morning's service. But I might find more uses for it.
I can think of some myself, but they have mostly to do with your backside, preacher.
You ignorant. I am a Thule high priest, not a preacher.
Oversight on my part, do forgive me. And tell me about the relic.
Ah, the relic. Atlantis. A legendary kingdom. A superior race with powers beyond our imagination. An Aryan race. Pure blood, pristine. Then the kingdom was lost. The sea reclaimed its right, but not all is lost. The greatest Atlantean leader, Beliar, was immortal. His body scattered in pieces in the destruction of Atlantis. Finally, we have located our great leader's skull. It is here, buried deep underground.
I'm sure you believe that. All of it. Everybody makes mistakes.
Enough of your insolence. I will prove Aryan superiority to you.
Ever heard of overcompensation?
And his fucking lectern, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, was a goddamn machine gun. Like every good boss fight from the early 2000s, he has a gimmick, which is wait for him to reload, run behind him, shoot him with gun, right, while he slides down the hallway to the other end of the room, rinse, repeat. It's not hard, just takes some time. And again, the deformation here, it didn't need to be this good. It's just... It was fun revisiting this game. After all that, take him out. And with that, we get this attack. Consumes 1/3 of your bloodlust meter. I can never get that to work in a fight, so I just don't use it.
Headed. Maybe there's some paperwork on all the hogwash he's been rattling on about. Rain to Darkman, come in. I found documentation on the relic. You were right. They're up to something big.
Well done. Now continue with target termination and try to obtain the relic. We can't let them get to it first.
Roger.
One more thing. Destroy the communications center. We can't have them radioing for help. Good luck. Over and out.
The armory should have some explosives. All set.
With that, we blow
Better
up
back
the
up.
communication center. We have our mission now. Go find the skull. Kill the Nazis. Got our new normal attack. It's the 5th combo. No, 5th hit in our combo, really.
Alone!
Hunt down more of these guys. Some of these little mini-boss fights I remembered, and I remembered this one. Because it fucking annoyed me as a kid. Yeah, just come in, slow time, jump straight up on the fucking catwalk and kill the dude. Otherwise you're gonna deal with getting fucked over by rockets. Which, unlike a lot of other games at the time that just put in, like, oh, it's a rocket launcher, and, you know, there's a big boom, and doesn't really do anything, but, you know, a little bit more damage. The rockets in this game fucking annihilate most shit. So, not something you want to deal with. It can pretty much one-shot you in most cases. Quickly run down through the list here, these guys.
Code Zeus. Repeat. Code Zeus.
And as that happens, shit goes sideways for the science lab because, you know, that's a fairly good trope. Even still today. Nazis fucking with shit they shouldn't be fucking with and fucking themselves and everyone else over in the
Sounds like they have
meantime.
their own problems. I'm done here.
So,
I need to get into the basement. An officer
that's
should have what I need.
something we're gonna have
You
to deal
dropped
with.
something.
Just again, the little details of people running around with no limbs and
Open the
shit.
door. I'm trying. It's jammed.
Door is
What are you
jammed,
doing?
kicking on for
What does
him,
it
lowers
look
the lift
like? I'm
onto him.
lowering the lift.
Funny, right?
Turn it off. I can't.
I like the wry
Stop
sense of
the
humor.
lift, please. You can't do this.
You really should pay more attention to safety. As you know, most accidents in the workplace can be prevented.
One of the creepiest fucking parts of the game. Creeped me out when I was a kid. As we move further into the giant-ass base here, we come across what the Nazis were fucking with. Because God knows it can't be a Nazi story without trying to make super soldiers or some shit. And this is some weird parasite bullshit that does that to people. And this is where our
Tell me you love me.
bloodlust attacks or blood rage, whatever the fuck you want to call it, where our attack kind of stopped doing as much damage. Because these guys don't need limbs to live, right? So you can cut their arms off, you can cut their legs off, cut both their legs off of one there, and they'll still be coming after you. And even then, you fully kill them without destroying their head, and the weird spindly thing comes out of them and starts attacking you.
Just
Fucking
keep
weird.
talking.
Interesting design, though. Really interesting designs. Very strange. But I like that weird, like, supernatural mixed with fucked up biological shit. It's an interesting mix.
I don't know what they were storing down there, but it gunked up my guns.
The most bullshit part in the game. Takes all your guns from you just so you gotta deal with the fucking things hand in hand.
No, please, anything but this. Have mercy, I beg you. Ah!
That big blonde bitch is one of my targets. I wish I could get to her now.
That's definitely somebody's type. Move further in, and now we're dealing with ones of these that can talk. Daymite. They fill the room with poison gas. I guess Rain being a half vampire,
Asshole.
Damphir, whatever the fuck they call her in this game. Still susceptible to poison gas. That or maybe vampires are technically alive in this universe's lore, I guess is what you call it. I have no idea. It's kind of strange. Go after the commando.
You must be the mysterious commando. I'm sorry. Was I talking too fast? Can't keep the words apart?
Damn.
I'll talk slower. Read my lips. You're dead. Any last words?
His entire shtick is throw flashbang. Disorients our like vampire sense of knowing where he is, so we have to deal with that while then dealing damage to him. Deal enough damage to him, throw down another one, rinse, repeat. If you're wondering who the voice actress for Rain is, it's Laura Bailey. She's played in a bunch of other stuff too. Lust from Full Metal Alchemist and like. Just a little fact there.
Eckstein, finally, where's Commando?
Eckstein won't be answering any questions, Butcheress.
We have something in common, you and I. I am a direct descendant of Elizabeth Bathory. You know the name?
The Blood Countess.
I had a feeling you'd recognize the name. You should appreciate the lust for blood.
I don't appreciate senseless killing. You're a monster, like those creatures down below.
The natives call them Daemites.
No, please, Doctor, not me. No!
First, they squeeze their soft bodies into the mouth. They secrete digestive enzymes from their skin to eat the brain. The tail is inserted rather forcefully into the spinal column, tapping directly into the host's nervous system. They control the host body like a puppet, seeking extremes of pleasure and pain. Mostly the easier sensation wins out. Pain. They also reproduce asexually in the chest cavity. Quite remarkable, really.
If you say so. What are you gonna do with them?
Let me see. I could keep them here and feed them with my men, or I could unleash them on your country. Tough choice.
Just gonna leave the whole boss fight here. She has the same moveset as Rain, which is interesting. Yeah. Just a interesting character. Beyond that, the whole Blood Countess thing. She was Hungarian, so I don't know how this chick gets German. Well, yes, I understand, like, Europe, shit's close together and whatnot. I don't really fucking care either. Just one of them weird things. Kill her, throw her into the pit, get a new Blood Rage deck.
You know, you're right. Fascinating creatures. I could watch them for hours. I need to find that relic and destroy these Daemites. Fuhrer. Fire. Nazis can be so helpful. That's more like it.
And then, kind of like a mix between a chest burster from Aliens and a face hugger, except your head explodes. It's kind of fucked. Kind of
Set
fucked.
the charge! Seal the tunnel! What do you think I'm doing here?
Now this cutscene here, I'm talking over because it mostly just sets the scene
Clear.
for the mines you have to run through and why you need to get explosives to blow up in tunnels and shit. That's all this scene's really setting up. And now it's caved in. Skip over all that. Same shit, get explosive, blow shit up. We're now in the, I want to say like egg chamber. This is where these things come from. Again, I don't know what they are. Or why they are. Or how they haven't taken over the world by now. Yeah, they're just fucking weird. Take on some bigger versions of them. I don't know if these form later on, if they're a subspecies or whatnot. It's, I don't know, strange. This level is mostly just platforming. And on PlayStation 2 controls. Not the best thing on the planet. More annoying than anything else. One Blood Rage takes him out. gotta say, their designs are quite interesting. And we have to tightrope our way up to the top of this mushroom thingy. And then make our way all the way up to the top out of it. Now we're in the chamber with the relic, the skull. For some reason, the skull was stuck in this weird-ass place with these daemite things and this heart thing.
Beliar's crystal skull.
Who knows?
That's what all the fuss is about? A chunk of glass? Oh, the skull just holds the real relic. The eye. Oh, I feel Beliar's eyes. It's in my head.
And with that, we get a sniper zoom, which is what they want you to use it for in the game. You'll also notice that's the second time when she's touched one of these weird glowing artifacts that it's pretty much possessed her to stick it in her. Weird. But I think it has to do with... I don't know if the German dude's a vampire, but yeah, it's just strange. I fucked this up the first time I did it and didn't get out fast enough, and I had to redo the entire level because I didn't autosave. Old school games, man. Better left in the past. Like redo the entire fucking level because you fucked up one thing at the end. Annoying as fuck. So we make our way up out. Again, they didn't need to put these animations and shit in it, but they did. Anyway, we top off on blood. Gotta love the sound effects.
My, you're a big one. Muller, I presume?
Gegengruppenführer Wolf said you might come this way.
He's given up on the relic?
What you have is not the only relic. Foolish little girl. You know nothing. Just like that stupid priest, he knows nothing but lies. The great Beliar is the original devil. When Mephisto fell from heaven, he usurped Beliar. When he couldn't destroy him, Mephisto ripped Beliar into 1,000 pieces and scattered him in all directions. Do you know which relic Wolf is unearthing in Castle Gestalt right now? Beliar's black seething heart. The key to ruling the world is in our own country, and Wolf will control it.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Cool, so evil guy, devil before devil. He kills me a couple of times. There's not really a gimmick I found with him. It's pretty much just play keep away. Every once in a while, a dude with a gun will drop down. You can kill him, take his gun, feed on him if you need to. Kind of annoying. You know how boss fights from back then were. To recap the story so far, Nazis are trying to collect the parts to, like, Super Satan. Because Nazis are fucking weird. And he's dead. Also don't know why my Steam achievements and shit are popping up for this. Same with the FPS counter. It's weird.
I can't be beat that easily.
And wrong again. There you are. Payback time. Another sub's my only chance. I've got to sneak aboard.
Christ, what happened?
Let's get the hell out of here. Go get the others. We'll finish loading the crates. Now,
Yes,
hurry.
Right away, sir. My God. Sir, everyone's dead.
Order from GGG Oberscharführer. Unload the crates.
Yes, sir.
And yes, those feet do look familiar. Like how she's just in a box.
How did this In the
with a
preliminary
fucking
GGG headquarters
RPG
at
on her back.
Falkenberg, a Nazi
Again,
officer
talking
has
over
been
this, it's more
targeted.
just, here's your list
Terminate
of
him and obtain the
targets. Kill them while you're stopping the end of the world from Super Satan. Now this is weird, because I didn't edit this in or anything. This, I think, is like the original preview for it. Which is strange. This is like only one of 2 of these cutscenes in the entire game. Which is just, it's weird, to say the least. But I think this is the original preview for the game. I could probably look if I really felt the need to. I don't, mind you. If you want to correct me, go ahead and correct me. But yeah, I think this was the preview for the game. Her character design changed some between this and the game. The handles on her blades are technically supposed to be there in the game. Kind of not. Her necklace is bigger, different types of shoes. I think her pants are different. And her harpoon thing is also different. Just weird that they cut this into the middle of the game. I don't remember. Then again, there's large parts of this game I just don't remember. Who knows? Who knows? It was a strange choice. Killer shoes. Like, there's the harpoon. It's more of a fucking scorpion thing instead of a thrown dart. Yes, technically is also a scorpion thing.
You scared? Castle Gestalt, a place where nightmares are born.
So yeah, there was no cuts or
Vampires have
anything.
called this place home
That's just
for
kind of how
centuries.
that flows in game.
But now the
It's fucking
Germans have
weird.
put up an eviction notice. They've made some progress, but the creatures they're up against are monsters even amongst vampires. An ancient breed of vampire cut off from the world, where in isolation they evolved into perfect killers. Daylight is fading fast, and with it, any advantage the Nazis might have had. I have a new target list from the Brimstone Society, and an official objective to stop Wolf. Wolf already has Beliar's teeth, ribs, a hand, and an eye. Now he's after the Black Heart, hidden somewhere in this castle. He wants to wake Beliar in himself. Beliar, a demon, a devil, maybe even the devil. Wolf can't control this kind of power. If Beliar is woken, we're all in big trouble. Wolf, remember 5 years ago in Louisiana? You almost killed me. I intend to pay you back. With interest.
Papers. Let me see your papers. Duncan, drive through.
Thanks for the ride, fucko.
Fucko. This is technically like the last level, although I think it's split into like 2 parts. Again, same thing. Kill Nazi officers while also doing other shit. This is where we meet some of the most annoying enemies in the game. These fucking... She calls them vampires. They all seem to be the same thing. Hendrox, I think is what it... I think is what it's called. Although it doesn't have the same powers as them. Super fucking annoying to deal with when you're not in Blood Rage. They, I don't know, a very large amount of attacks directly in front of them that stagger you, and in like a fucking straight line. It's just annoying. Also, yeah, toss another trope in here, Nazi mechs.
Oh yeah, what are those?
This game was kind of all over the fucking place. Fun though. Now what I noticed with this animation is the nails on her hand are super fucking long. Right? Never happens again in the entire game. I think it's because it's reusing the same animation the dude used when he took the rib out of her. The bend down to the ground and reach for something animation. I mean, it would make sense. It just seems like weird oversight. They even change her portrait and whatnot, and when she talks, it does feel like a radio, and it's weird. The mech combat is not the best on the planet. Feels like a walking tank. You have the machine gun, the rocket launcher, and a button that just huffs grenade. Well, grenade. All of that was to beat the one Nazi officer dude.
What? Mince is alive? And she's working for that bastard wolf? No. That bitch. I'm gonna tear her apart.
Now we play for keeps.
Don't make me do this.
Now this fight goes all the way up like a set of stairs before you get to this point. I was using Bloodrayne and just attacking her. Weird boss fight. Kind of makes no sense.
Goodbye, Rain!
Especially with that and what comes later. It's just fucking weird all around, man.
Hedrox.
Hello.
Long way from home, Hedrox. What's the score?
We want the heart. The liar's heart. Hedrox thought the previous owner, Count Voiku, hid the relic. Hedrox found Voiku and threw him to his death. You saw Hedrox eat the human's mind. And Hedrox learned Voiku wore the relic on his crown. Relic's not unlike the one in you, Rain. Hedrox wants the secret. Tell Hedrox. How does Hedrox put the relic in the body?
Sure. You have to cut your heart out and replace it with Beliar's.
Rain uses Hedrox. Rain. Do not think Hedrox has tried. Does Rain forget? Hedrox is infinite! Hedrox wants the secret. Hedrox will tear Rain's eye out and eat her mind to find it.
Hedrox, I'm gonna do the same thing to you that you did to Voiku.
And now for Hendrox. Like I said, vampires just look like him. The problem is he's kind of like a Hydra. You cut him apart. More than just heads. He creates new bodies from the body parts. Which is fucking weird. But his whole gimmick is you can't actually kill him. You need to destroy these supports. What they're actually supporting, I don't fucking know. But it drops them down a floor and then you do it again and it drops the whole floor down into water. It made note of it earlier that she's only part vampire, and while a dip would hurt, it wouldn't kill her. For full vampires, it kills them outright.
You know why I love you? 'Cause you're smart. But there's lots more where you came from, right? You want to call them? Or how about you cut some more of yourself right now? 1, 2, 20, 1,000. You always equal 0 to me, Hedrox. I will kill you over and over until there are none of you left.
Hedrox doesn't need Rain. Hedrox will change someone else's mind.
Hello.
Now I'm going to talk over this next part here. This is Wolf, whatever the fuck you want to call him.
What the fuck?
He's the dude I was talking about earlier. I don't know if he's a vampire or not. He does have magic, but that's...
Why didn't Wolf kill me when he had the
kind
chance?
of from what he's been collecting.
Oh, the doppelganger twins. What a
After
pleasant
that, we head
surprise.
inside the
Such
cathedral
handsome
thing.
Nazis.
That's right inside. Again, talking over this, not really all
We
that
had
important.
no idea the
It's 2 more
troublemaker-
officers we have to kill. While it is technically a boss fight,
And gentlemanly. My luck
their
is
designs are pretty
turning.
neat. Kind of a dumb gimmick, like, oh, twins
Wonderful
feel each
move,
other's
little
pain, you know,
What the
and
fuck?
they
Look, we
feel
surprised
each other's
her,
pain
brother.
and
What a
damage.
becoming look on her
So you
face.
pretty much have to
Or
pick
tell her
one, focus them
Sigmund, she
down.
should know.
As with everything else,
And
we
that's,
share each
that's
other's
it.
pain.
One of us is
Like their
unaffected, while the
designs are
other
pretty cool. The
suffers.
weapons they use are like
So,
a
you punch yourself
throwing
when
star
you're
that's
mad at
a
your brother?
swastika, which is fucking
She's so
weird.
quick.
But
We should keep her.
they're also wearing
we really
like the
hate to have
claws
to hurt you,
of
pretty girl.
not really vampire claws on them.
Sigmund!
It's just strange.
I will not fight you anymore. My brother has been mortally wounded. I will follow soon.
She's better than us, brother.
Yes, I know.
She is pretty, is she not?
She is.
She never told me.
My brother would like to know your name.
It's rain.
Pretty.
Sigmund, my brother. Goodbye. Rain. So.
Man, they're dead.
Mince?
But guess who's not dead?
Hello, Rain.
Yeah,
You know,
again,
your
like
whole
I said,
coming
her
back from
whole
the dead is
dying
really starting to
thing
get old,
earlier
Mince.
was
Rain.
weird.
I'm a
Now she
double
says she's a
agent.
double agent,
Ever
gives you
since that
some
mission in Louisiana.
tags from
You
some
expect
dead
me to swallow
Nazis.
that?
Yes,
Says she
I
gave
do.
you the information when you
Who do you
first
think
showed up
saved you
there
after Wolf left you
and
for
all
dead
that
in
happy good
Louisiana?
shit.
Who do you
Why
think
I
led
had
you
to
the
fight
target
her
fire
on the
in
staircase
Germany?
leading up to the
Who do you
balcony
think has been your
thing.
informant this entire time?
Because it was just a broken castle bit.
Here.
Officer name.
It makes no fucking sense
You
to
can
me.
check them off your list. Maybe now
kind of
you
a-
believe me.
So why haven't you killed Wolf yet?
It's not
I don't know,
easy.
product
He's
of its
almost
time,
invincible
maybe?
with all the relics in his body.
I feel like there were a bunch of
But we
movies
can't
and shit
let him
coming
get
out
the
around this
liar's
time that
heart.
had a
It's the most dangerous
oh
piece.
look, there's a
Hedrock's
it's a
already
twist
has
type shit,
What?
you know.
I don't think he knows how to use it, though. He's looking for officers to interrogate.
I thought
She
the relic was
also
automatic.
tells her
I did
that
too.
Hendrox
Well,
has
nothing
the
happened.
heart,
We need to get that thing away from him and Wolf.
so the heart,
The heart can
resurrects
awaken the
Super
demon
Satan himself.
We can't let that happen.
Why you need the other shit, I don't know. And oh look, she's dead again. Wow. Such character development. So anyway, this guy has like the other eye, some ribs, and some other random bits and pieces of Super Satan. And he's instilled them in himself and given himself these powers. Rain has one of the eyes, which gives her the ability to zoom in and shit. I wedge myself in such a way to where I can
You'll pay for this.
shoot him with the guns and shit I have. And even use a grenade on him.
Go to hell.
Why do you?
I'm fairly sure that allows me to get through the first bit of
That's
his
gonna be
boss
your
fight
biggest mistake, you
faster
son of a bitch.
later. Since he has less health. I have no idea if that's actually true or not. I want to believe that it is. Here we are at the end again. Just kind of talking over it. You know what's going to happen, right? Hendrox wants to figure out a way to use the heart. Since he's like super immortal, he can cut himself up to try to use the heart. This wolf guy wants the heart to become Super Satan or have the powers of Super Satan. Rain doesn't want the heart. She's just kind of there to stop them from ending the world. And he used it. Cool. So here's Super Satan. Like, I don't know if that's because he doesn't have all of his bits and pieces, but I don't know. Interesting design, pretty cool with the like bits of flesh strewn over it. No fucking idea what it's supposed to be. Beyond like, oh, he was the original devil before Mephisto fell from wherever the fuck.
You're gonna have to come and get it.
We kill Wolf. which that's done in like one of the 3 cutscenes there are. The eye that falls out is the other eye that she has, Belial's eye, Super Satan's eye. And then you have to kill Super Satan. Now his shtick is you can't cut him. How they killed him the first fucking time, I don't know. Can't cut him. Right? You get too close, and he also does like spear attacks with the weird metal bits of his body. His entire gimmick is you have to shoot him. Where? You have to shoot him in the heart. That's the only thing he technically has. You have to shoot him in it. It takes me a while to realize this because, again, it's been like 2 decades since I played the game last. And here's the other part of the boss fight. He gets bigger as the fight goes on. If he gets too big, I'm pretty sure the fight just ends. Again, how they fucking stop this thing to begin with if they can do this, I have no idea. I do eventually figure out how to kill him. But by this point in time, I'm out of guns. And die. But I knew how to deal with him now. Second floor has a bunch of guns and stuff lying around. Cool. I get him down fairly low on health. Jump down, and this is pretty much the reason why they give you Belial's eye. I mean, it's like a sniper mode. Is because you will need it in this fight if you want to not slog through it. There you go. We killed Super Satan with a fucking bolt-action rifle. Who'd have thunk? Again, how the fuck they killed the thing the first time around to dismember it in all these different magical body parts, and why all the magical body parts didn't just go with it the first time? Like, I understand the heart staying. Because why not? But like the eye that he had seemed to have been sucked in. It tried to pull a Rain in who also had an eye. I don't know how his body parts were split if they didn't like implode in on themselves, which is weird. There is a second part to this game, and also I think like a third part, although the third part's like a side scroller. The second part is less grandiose in scope, where this one had you going from like Argentina and Louisiana, well, from Louisiana to Argentina to Germany. The first one has you like go from one part of a city to the next. Not the third one, the second one.
Brimstone
As you
Society
go from one
has
part of a
found
city to
your
the next,
father.
so it's not as
He must be stopped.
large in scope as the first one, which is kind of sad, but you know how things go. A lot better combat-wise, though. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.